What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In yesterday's video, we talked about the large shock wave that was emitted by the sun, and could the heightened solar activity be responsible, or at least partially responsible, for the increase in airplane incidents that we've been seeing here in the last 72 hours. Here's the shock wave that was sent through the entire solar system, detected almost instantly. The graph you see here is the ionosphere of planet Earth from yesterday, revealing the energy from the large shock wave. We already know that solar activity can influence earthquakes, and we know that solar activity can influence volcanic activity. I wanted to update the airplane list from yesterday. Yesterday there were 3 events in 72 hours, and now there's been 5 events in 96 hours. This happened in Nepal just a few hours ago. There was a plane crash in Nepal. Unfortunately, there were 18 casualties in the Kathmandu area. And going over to WTOPnews.com, article dated July 22nd of 2024, plane missing near Alaska with 3 people on board. And as far as I know, the Coast Guard is still searching for this 1948 Beechcraft Bonanza that's been missing now for over 48 hours. So we were pondering the question yesterday, could this heightened solar activity have something to do with the airplane incidents? When I made this banner yesterday, there were 3 incidents in 72 hours, 800 miles apart. Now there's been 5 incidents all around the globe in less than 96 hours. Speaking of large-scale events, out here on the big island of Hawaii, there has been a flurry of earthquakes near Mount Kilauea. All of these circles you see on this map here, the red, the orange, and the yellow, represent earthquake activity, and that is a very large swarm near Mount Kilauea on the big island of Hawaii along the southern edge. So it looks like something big could possibly be brewing out there. There may be something big brewing at the Yellowstone supervolcano. We check in over here at the caldera every day, and you're looking at the seismographs from today, and as you can see, there's been a flurry of activity at the Grant Village seismograph. There's also been an ongoing flurry of activity up here along the northern edge of the caldera. We've been talking about that for weeks. Mammoth Vault showing some activity. But what I want to show you, I found very interesting. If you look at the seismographs from yesterday following the large geyser eruption that sent people running down the boardwalk here in the Biscuit Basin area. I'm going to show you guys what the boardwalk looks like today, but I found this very interesting. These are the seismographs from yesterday, July 23rd, and notice there's an absence of data over here at the Horse Butte seismograph, Denny Creek seismograph, West Boundary seismograph, and at the Old Faithful seismograph. And then if you look at today's data compared to yesterday's, this is July 24th, those graphs are completely absent from the page. They're not even there. And what I think happened, there was a large shock wave associated with this geyser eruption yesterday that was extremely large, that sent people fleeing down these boardwalks you see right here that are now left in shambles, that were very close to the Biscuit Basin geyser. I'm wondering if the increase in solar activity has got the geyser stirred up, or at least temporarily, at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. This is not far from the caldera. In fact, this location, I want to take you guys, right here's where the action occurred yesterday on the 23rd of July. There were several people on these boardwalks over here on the south side and over here along the north and eastern sides, and that's where the people were running when the geyser erupted. You can see the geyser here spewing black smoke and gas and chunks of rock up into the air, and people running away from the eruption that occurred right here. And here's the boardwalks over here that these folks were standing on. And this location right here is very close to the location of the largest earthquake ever recorded near the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, right here in the West Yellowstone area near Hebgen Lake. Back in 1959, there was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, the largest ever recorded, not far from yesterday's activity near Biscuit Basin, where the geyser, one of many geysers in this location, sent a huge plume of gas, rock, and smoke into the air, and people went scattering. And here's what the boardwalks look like that people were standing on yesterday, just prior to the large eruption and the shock wave that went through the ground. And it's no coincidence today that the seismographs are no longer even active, at least on today's graphs. They were there yesterday, and they are not here today. And that's probably not a coincidence. Looking at the solar activity over here at the GOES X-ray flux, you can see yesterday there was a long duration M-class solar flare that created the shock wave that went through the entire solar system. That energy was detected by planet Earth. And as you can see today, there have been 2 more fairly strong M-class solar flares in the last 12 hours. Here's looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, just loaded with sunspots and active regions as we are in the middle of solar cycle 25. So yes, it goes without saying that the National Park Service has closed the Biscuit Basin area until further notice. They're saying until the end of the summer, but I would be inclined to think it may be longer than that. The boardwalks are going to have to be entirely rebuilt. If you look at the location over here on Google Earth, you can zoom in to the Biscuit Basin area. You can see a network of boardwalks that basically take you out very close to some of these geysers. It may be a good idea to reevaluate the reopening of this specific location. I know Yellowstone is an incredible place to visit. It's a very fascinating part of our planet, and I'm all for studying and understanding the mechanics of this place, but I think this could be a hot spot moving forward, especially with the increase in solar activity and the increase in volcanic activity, including what just occurred there near the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. And this is the Park Service press release that they posted yesterday. Biscuit Basin closed for the remainder of summer due to hydrothermal explosion. The parking lot and boardwalks at Biscuit Basin, located north of Old Faithful, are closed for the remainder of the summer due to a hydrothermal explosion that occurred on July 23rd. The Grand Loop remains open to vehicles, and you can see Park Service officials looking at what's left of the boardwalks following the very intense eruption near the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.